We talked about how that Confederate flag on the grounds of that state capitol, it only went up in 1961, not 1861. It went up in 1961 as a note of defiance and rejection aimed at the civil rights movement at that time. That flag was put up at the South Carolina state capitol just a few months after civil rights activists were jailed for their sit-in to try to integrate an all-white lunch counter in Rock Hill, South Carolina. For 54 years, those activists from that lunch counter have had criminal charges on their record from that sit-in. Until this past January of this year, when this South Carolina judge finally moved to clear their names. More than a half century after their arrest and prosecution for that sit-in, those sentences for those activists were finally vacated this year. And when they decided to do that, this was really interesting. Instead of destroying the record of their convictions, which is normally the case when a sentence gets vacated, in this case, instead of literally expunging the record, physically throwing it out, in this case, they decided to keep the arrest record, to keep the record of the sentences on file, so no one would forget and nobody would be able to deny what they went through.
No expungement will be entered. This will remain part of our history as corrected.
No